Hey, it's Craig. I am back for the new year. Happy New Year, everyone. It is Monday, January 3rd, 2022. And I'm happy to be back. Had a lot of time with friends and family, and a lot of time to do some looking back and some looking forward. And where I am in the interpretations of the Grapevine Wall. So where we are right now, I am looking at, and like I said, had some time to really think about it, and I got a lot done on the what's happening past today. So being able to interpret beyond, and we'll go through that. At first, I want to just recap for last month, the last 2 months' finds at the end of the year. December was this fella right here. This is Crypto Kings, and it really talks about how Bitcoin was the darling of last year. So it gave some information on what happened last year. This happened a few months before, just how all these different altcoins and how blockchain's growing, and then it ended last year with this king coming out. Now, I had a few different ideas of what was going to happen with this. These guys are holding the Ethereum right there on the crown. So these are the jewels of the crown. So to me, it was looking like Bitcoin might have basically he is this beginning, or he's coming out of the yoke, which if you go through the whole piece up here, the yoke starts at the very top and it's coming down. So that's this flood of innovation and ideas of the broken yoke, and so he's coming out of it, and it really demonstrated that last year was when cryptocurrency went mainstream and blockchain was the king still. However, the crowns are showing that Ethereum might be the jewel of the crown. And this means a lot of things, but basically Ethereum is a useful currency. It's a utility, not just a unit of storage. And they're trying to really work on using less energy due to the high energy usage and climate change. So very, very new industry, yet crypto is doing a lot to do their job for a not only less impact on the environment, but actually help with it. And that's huge if our governments can figure out this year if the true value of what Bitcoin is. And that's kind of what it's going to talk about through here. It's actually kind of scary. I'm going to go through this in a second, but I just want to recap on the second one. That was finished, and that was this little piece right here. And this is called Undertow. And it is demonstrating how, this new wave that's coming is our new reality. And so it's demonstrating how we're actually getting pulled into the you can call it metaverse. I've been calling it metaverse since way before we've heard of it. In fact, this is where, all the way back here, where Zuck, this is called getting zucked. This is when he's building, spraying his little metaverse colors. It's the first time this blue entered everything, which is crazy. And it shows pills, like we're going to be addicted to whatever he's building. So this was last chapter. I had made that. And what happened, as you see, it caused a lot of things, problems in politics through the past 2 years. But this is the second draining of the swamp after Biden won, and then it's also now getting into our, unfortunately, back to our rage. If you're coming down here, it's going right into our rage. This one's called Rage. Love it. It's actually if you see it, it's a rat head looking to the left. That's his little nose right here. This guy pointing And these guys, basically, the conspiracy theories are starting right about here. And then that actually goes into all this thought bubble, this conspiracies. This guy's called Khan's piracy. They're stealing our thoughts with the constant conspiracies, all that kind of fun stuff. So a lot of stuff going on, and then so this is where we are basically getting sucked in through the undertow of this new reality, which is, as you know, if you don't know, the pink is the global brain, which is part of, basically just us all connected together, being influenced by algorithms. So that's where we're up there. But my main thing I wanted to talk about was the bottom part. So I will let you peek behind the curtain. This is what I'm working on. Right now. These two, but I'll keep that one on too. So I work on 4 at a time. None can be connected. In fact, I'm working on this blue one right here. And so I'll just bring them back in as I'm working on them to see how they're fitting. So those two and these two down here. So they're actually kind of all close together. But I usually, I'll get them from all over the place and just work on them as I go. Like I said, about 4 at a time. I finish 2 each month. And this is one of the ones I'm finishing. This is actually might be in 2, 3, or 4 months. It's farther down. So it might be 3 months away. Who knows if it's going with what's happening right now, then this would be worked on more. But what I wanted to show you is what's going on past this. So I take each one of these are done separately on an iPad. They get really big. This is actually way scaled down, so it's going to start getting all nasty on you. But typically the large piece, you can go all the way to this guy, and it won't look like pixelated. So they're really big images, 7 feet tall each. So I bring them down, but before I work on one at a time, I'll link the next ones together really close. I butt them up next to each other, if you see right here. And then I get really close right there. So I've already done that. And then I get really close, and then I save this one by itself, and it goes in, and I start creating it. But before that, I use my handy little mouse, and I kind of just rough it out. See, this roughing out these guys that turn ultimately into, guys like this, guys and girls like this. So, so just roughly whatever is flowing and what story is going on, and I just kind of follow my hand. I don't know what these things are telling me. It's just being created as it goes. So this looks like it's talking about the virus. I can show you where the virus started, but that might be a different video because I'm getting ahead of myself. But I get asked a lot to show where the virus started. And I'm telling you, I thought it started. This is the whole area right here where it's been. The virus has affected us and it's gone into this area, and it is calming down, but it's reappearing a lot, and it's affecting a lot of things. All the way down here, here's variants, and then they're basically being created. All these variants. This one's called variant. And it's going into this, and it looks like these things are, I'm thinking like our RNA, because I see a lot of DNA starting to come up here. It's looking like our RNA is working overtime, pointing out all the new viruses. I'm hoping these aren't a bunch of new variants and strands that our bodies are trying to tell us something. But that's going in, it's leaking out, and it's going to be leaking out over this new blockchain area right here where blockchain is forming. I don't know if it's really affecting it. It looks like it's basically affecting the green vine, and crypto is affecting the green vine. So the green vine, those vines represent our ability to work with the climate and Mother Earth trying to save us. This is her green vines with the anytime you see the purple, that's the actual grape seeds. That's really truth, reality, and where we need to be seeing more. We need to be seeing more purple, and I don't see much purple, guys. There's some purple coming down here, but it kind of goes away. It is going into the green, so that's helping, but we're not getting very enlightened anywhere around here, just in tiny little spots. However, towards the end, or the top at least, we do have some purple forming along with the blues, which the blues are basically us, the ones that are have decided that the metaverse is where they would like to be. And this is can't wait to work on this one. This is ending from Undertow, and you'll see. That hasn't been started yet. I've done this with my mouse, but I don't know if he's what do you call it? Pulling the plug out and causing the tide coming in, or if he's juggling, or not juggling, yo-yoing, or a puppeteer, because there is puppeteer way years ago. Let me make this bigger for you guys. Yeah, that's probably better. So puppeteer, actually, it's right before the end right there, which is chapter 1. So you're only looking at chapter 2 and 3. It gives one more, but that file gets really big because I can zoom in really far and it just gets crazy. So the Undertow is pulling us in, and that's where we are with the metaverse. We are a lot of us kicking and screaming to get out of reality, and I believe that's where that is showing us where it's happening. And if you see the silhouettes going into the pink, is basically showing that we're entering the global brain and the hive mind and not thinking for ourselves. Those are the ones that are really captured. At least our metaverse people or avatars are halfway in reality. Once you get into the pink, you've lost it. So lot going on, a lot of scary things. The one I'm looking at most is here, because what's happening, it looks like the one I'm working on now. I hope this doesn't mean the blockchain is going to be kind of a dream. I'm hoping it's not causing or showing us that something's going to be happening with crypto. There is a big bomb, it looks like, going off right here that could represent so many things, and I don't know. I'm not sure. It's actually, let me I want to just make this like that. Gotta be on this. So this is what I did with my mouse. So just sometimes I just want to I just want to do it because it helps me see it better, because it's hard for me to see. So yeah, this is definitely a bomb, and I think a bomb is going to be dropped on crypto from the regulations. That's what this is showing. So that while that is bad, and it's showing here, they're getting split apart. They're reaching for each other. So blockchain, we're trying to work together to try to figure out, how to make this thing work. You got a lot of these whales and crypto kings spending a lot of money on art, and it looks stupid, but that's what's spreading the money out, just like the revolution. That's what we're in right now in this chapter. On the Renaissance is what I'm talking about. So the Renaissance, paid artists from people that had money and spread the wealth, and then that went to innovation. And I think that's what's happening here. Freedom. We got a bird right here, and I think some birds are going to be coming out too. But these birds are kind of circling, and I'm not sure what's happening here. If you see, it's a long road of some blocks. So that's the blockchain, and this guy all the way out here is trying to get in this door. So I don't know if... Oh, yeah, I have a much better update on this one. I might show you guys that, because I definitely did update this. I can maybe show you that. So this is how I update. And I'm using so much information that it won't show me. It might be this one. Let's hope it is. Nope. So that's the one underneath. Well, how do I get out of that? So we don't need that. Boop. So I'm going to show you what this one looks like. Or just the updates. I think this is the wrong one as well. I think it was the first one. Yes, it's the right one. All right, so what I do is I'm going to take this way down so it fits perfectly in there. Otherwise, the file size is way too big. So I got to take it down to that level, and then I just make sure it's on top of that. So I'll bring them in every, as I'm going. I just close that out. Don't need to save them. And then I've got to bump it back up to that, which it snaps in place. Love Photoshop. And there's the new one, old one. So actually, some good, here we go, let's see. This is the new one, bam. So I did a lot of work on that. Yeah, I like those, very good. So I'm actually going to keep that. I'm going to throw the other one away. And that's how it started. So as you see, that's how I drew it in Photoshop. And this is where I am in the creation process. So I just take that into Procreate and I just start working on it. And that gets us to right here. Back with this guy trying to get in the door. And yeah, and then I, as I go, I'm like, I usually keep things pretty much the same for when they connect, but sometimes I have to come back in, and then I'll do this when I'm ready to work on this one. But it would go more like this, and then since I have to do that, you just kind of work with it. But like I said, I will come in here before I start this one, so it'll go like that, and then I just come in and get really close, and I boop. And then it just grows from there. And I'll take it into Procreate and like, okay, boop, boop, and work on it through the month. So, all right, so there we are. Now that we got the prettier one, I'm going to attempt to save it. And at the same time, I'll put it back in full screen mode. All right. So now you can see a little bit farther where we are. But what it's showing on the pieces that are coming in the future, it sure looks like it's coming back. I don't know if this character right here is not a blockhead, which is representing these the crypto people, the blockchain, Web3, all that kind of stuff. And it looks like he's trying to take the block away. That's another bad sign. Not good. So I think we're fighting this. This could represent, our short-sighted government not understanding what we can do with crypto and use that as a whole new asset class to combat climate change. Through DAOs, we can create governance through the world. It's just a way. I don't see us. I mean, I hardly see us fixing what we've done with the climate. But this is basically the last hope, I feel. And this is looking like we're going to be battling these dumbasses for going into through the year. I mean, this is months out, and we've got him trying to rip this block out. So I don't know. This might make me take a little bit of my Bitcoin and stuff out. It's already looking, it's not doing great up to this, since November. And, it's all timing, and I'm trying to time it out, but it's kind of getting to the point of maybe I'll sit it out and see what happens. I'll buy it back again because it will come back. And it looks like they're starting to build back over here. And I've got chapter 4 kind of working out. It's very small and crazy, but it's off to the side here, and it is showing that blockchain is coming from the other side, but climate change is really hitting it hard because it's coming all the way from the red. So if you look, it looks like the blocks are coming up here. I'm hoping that these guys will be carrying the blocks. I thought I saw it in one of my... No, I didn't. So they're not carrying blocks, but they're making a deal, but they've got the blue heads. I don't see any purple heads, and there's just a little bit of purple around. This purple, guys, this represents true reality and truth and where we want to be, hope. And there's not much of it. There's a little bit coming back out of this mushroom. Psychedelics, baby. Look at that. You come back out of this mushroom, and it's big. I didn't notice that. Look how large these are, and they're getting attached to the global brain. So it looks like the global brain's going, all right, I'm going to take their minds, and I'm going to get the good minds in here, which is not a bad thing. It's looking like that's what's dissipating throughout the top here. So that could be a good thing. It's kind of mixing the metas with the enlightened, putting this guy's, sprinkling a little bit of knowledge there. I hope they stay purple. Like, these colors can change. This right here is representing the thought bubble, which is where we are. We all are, right? They're our own little thought bubbles that create the chaos in our heads, and then we try to find the people that think like us and see like us. So we're all kind of mutating into this one creature, and we've got a lot of resistance. And even this guy, even this meta, is trying to sprinkle on some reality, some truth. But so it's looking good up here, and this is where it's flowing to. All the other ones are flowing from left to right, and this is kind of coming down in a huge splash, but at the same weird time sucking us into its realm. So I'm just hoping that down here is showing us that while crypto might have a very hard time over the next, I don't know, this could be months, this could be in a few months, but showing while it's looking kind of scary, that it might come back. These balloons, I would assume, are representing hope, and not just childish hope. I'm hoping it's showing more of a real hope. But let me boop. Look at that. It's almost a bird right there. So I'll take that and make it a bird for sure. So the birds are swarming. A little freedom there, a little hope, a little bit of balloons flying up, and looks like crypto is starting again. And we might be good. We might be good. But for right now, guys, I don't know. I don't want to say stay away from crypto because I'm all about supporting it. But just take warning. This is showing me something that could affect it for a little bit. I really wish it was going to the left here. We'll see if it makes sense if it's coming up this side too. Because if it's not, our team over here is not carrying the message. I don't know why. I don't know. We'll just have to see. So I just kind of make my dots, and then I go in and make these creatures, or not creatures, or avatars. So that's where so the brown, by the way, it's, I keep going back and forth what it is, but I see it as almost complacency. And while the brown was great up here, it showed us working together. It was still this. It was still pretty revealing that it was this complacency, and especially after the pieces right here where the world has kind of gone into a, I would say this is where politics started getting in the way. It really started right here. This is after the whole Trump era right here, and actually it ending right about here. We've got the psychedelic movement. And oh wait, no, that didn't end right there. That was, I'm sorry, that was after the election. That's where all this started. So this, this probably shows, since this is after the election, the beginnings to the fascism. This is where, well, the connection of the fascists, right? So working together. Ides of March is one of them. So God, that makes sense now. I didn't know why I called it that a few years ago. So getting into psychedelics and back through here, through the yoke of innovation and getting hit by the virus. Everywhere where it's affecting the brain. We got some guys wearing masks down in here. So this is where the pandemic was hitting us and just destroying us. And here are the remnants. This is actually if you can see, it represents an elephant. And if you had your AR app, this guy would turn into an elephant. In fact, I just posted that in animation right before this. So if you're watching this in real time, you probably can find that thing. You'll find it on Instagram. Let's see. This one I want to animate next. So if any of you are out there who want to animate and collaborate, I'm not the best animator, and I know there's a cool way to do this, but this guy flying the balloon, this is actually where everyone stormed the Capitol almost exactly a year ago. So it would be a good timing to do this. But see how that balloon is? I want to have that balloon reveal the background and kind of show, I don't know, something wild here, like the same thing, but it turns into a head, or I don't know, something. But anyway, this would be cool to animate, and then when it animates, I put it into augmented reality, so you can use your phone and look at any of these sections and discover some little storylines in augmented reality. I think I'm done. I was telling you about the brown, but the brown is complacency, or last hope for us as humans, like we've been. I don't know what it is. The brown it's not prominent, and this is pretty much the last of it. Until you get to the other side, there's a little bit that comes and goes, obviously through the trees. So it is definitely representative of our naturalness. Maybe our innocence, but this is the brown shows. This is where this is contemplating obscurity. What is this one called? She's contemplating. It's a big word. Transcendence. So she's thinking about going into not just the metaverse, but being there's a mushroom right here, even psychedelics, just kind of releasing, getting out of everything, and that's really what's pulling. It comes right to this, where it's pulling us in. It's using that desire to get out of what we're facing from, like here, the pandemic. You got a climate change pandemic happening right here, so you've got this amoeba of need to go into the metaverse. So everything, as you see from the conspiracy, that's conspiracy right there, that guy. The conspiracy theories to psychedelics, to gaming, to now the pandemic down here, to an AI, more of climate change outside of the realm, and then now Bitcoin kind of lays outside of this thing that's coming down. And that's what worries me. It's not connected inside of it. It's the necessary foundation, which is looking like it could be the foundation, but until it breaches here, which I think that white could be it. That would be great. If that white's it, if these look like they could turn into blocks, without a doubt, that would be a great sign, because now we're getting the crypto into where it should be. In fact, let me see if that feels right. You tell me if it feels right, please. I love some interaction. Anybody? I kid. It's weird. It's hard to find people to listen. So anyway, I just keep doing. Hi. Yeah, I think this could be blocks, guys. That would be great. That one didn't look right. I don't know, that first one really looks like it, and it's a big block. Woo-wee! I don't like it that big, because it looks like it doesn't give the depth, right? So while that looked like it should be there, I'm thinking maybe. That's where it's showing me. Right there. Yeah, that feels more right. Okay, that's good. Ugh. Like I said, I do this with my mouse first, so. Oh, that is it. Look at that nice little stair step coming up there. Not that guy. I messed that up. And that's not like that. I mean, no biggie. All right. So, and I'll just leave it like that and continue working on the other ones and just see where it leads. But, and that could be, oh, that's a wild one. Is it wrapping around? I don't know. Wow, that's looking like a lot more blocks than I even imagined. It's almost not even steps, it's just a bundle. Ha! Huh. Interesting. And they could turn into buildings. But, alright. So that's actually kind of nice. We might have some blocks going up that way. And these guys carrying them like sugar frickin' cubes. You guys carry those cubes. Alright. Alright, I'm just playing around. Let me get those off. except for this, still a little too big. The distance between these, and since they're coming around, that makes more sense right there. Because the tidal wave's coming down, yeah, and then they're coming up a little bit. That makes more sense. See, it's all a process. I get to enjoy the creation of it just as you do. I hope you do. All right. Well, I've been on for a bit, so I'm gonna leave you guys now, and please follow along, help out, help me interpret what this thing's telling us. But right now, we got a big year. We got a few things to worry about, right? We got regulations on crypto. We got who's going to start really doing something about the climate. We have the possibility of war, and we have massive inflation. So a lot of scary things. The tech boom has been great. Will that keep going? Will it shift to climate change technology more? Will it go into hiding and us worry about what the metaverse and all that? I don't know. It is a scary time, and if anyone pretends that they know what's about to happen, don't listen to them. Just listen to the wall. The wall is telling us, and it is funny. I keep looking back, and it's like it actually warned us. And the cool thing is, as I come up here, crypto is way up here, and this was before last year, or it was during last year. And I don't know, that maybe this is when Elon decided he wanted to doge it, but I thought this was more about ice melting, and we have to sustain the ice in our helmets, which is basically personifying us having to go to great lengths to sustain ourselves. Basically, we've gone too far at this point. But it looks like that might be more of a blockchain thing, kind of sneaking up here, way up here. But we shall see. We shall see. And I will see you all later. Thanks for